Good morning, Mustangs. Today is Wednesday, May 12th. Wow, we only have 5.5 weeks of school, but who's counting, right? Last week's answer to the riddle was, I have no doors, but I have keys. I have no rooms, but I have space. You can enter, but you cannot leave. What am I? The answer is a keyboard. Here's this week's riddle. Give it food and it will live. Give it water and it will die. Tune in next week for the answer.
National Nurses Week began May 6th and ends today, May 12th, which is the birthday of Florence Nightingale, May 12th, 1820 through August 13, 1910. Florence Nightingale was a celebrated social reformer, statistician, and the founder of modern nursing. She became well known while taking care of the wounded soldiers during the Crimean War. Nightingale was dubbed the Lady with the Lamp because of her habit of making rounds at night.
We want to recognize our nurses everywhere. Celebrate their dedication and commitment toward their patients and their profession. When you visit the doctor or have surgery, follow instructions they give you, especially follow-up care. Ask questions so they know you need more information. They can't read your minds. Give nurses, a shout out and thank them for all their hard work, especially during these hard times.
Our nurse, Miss Robertson, has been instrumental in making sure we're all safe here at Thurgood Marshall by helping us follow all the COVID guidelines. Thank you, Miss Robertson. We appreciate you.
Happy birthday to the following Mustangs who are celebrating birthdays this week. Vivian Estevez, Ethan Hayes, Zoe Glynn, Eden LaRock, Nevaeh Knopf, Brooke Mashoot, Erin Moriarty, and Cassidy Smith. Happy birthday!
All 6th and 7th graders, if you are interested in being an ASB officer for Thurgood Marshall for the 2021 and 2022 school year, this information is for you. We are looking for qualified candidates to run for ASB president, which is for 7th graders only. 6th and 7th graders can run for vice president, secretary, treasurer, communications officer, and historian. Please pick up an application from Mrs. Bass, C7, or the office. Deadline to return your packets for approval is May 27th. If you are a remote student and you are interested, please email Mrs. Bass at abass@osd.wednet.edu. If you have any questions, please see Miss Bass.
Hi, and welcome back to another Cornwall Connection. Today marks the Muslim celebration of Eid. For the last month, Muslims around the world have been fasting for 30 days, and now today is their day of celebration, Eid. You might have a lot of questions about Eid, Ramadan, and Islam. So let's check out the interview the Cornwall Connection had with fellow Muslim students participating in the Ramadan and Eid this year.
Welcome, ladies. Thank you for meeting with us today. Let's go around and introduce ourselves.
I'm Clementine.
I'm Sahira.
I'm Rihanna. I'm Sahar. And I'm Demery. So first question, what is Ramadan?
Okay, I'll start. It's like the holy month for Muslims, and it's like a chance to practice good deeds and strengthen our iman, which is our faith, and get closer to God.
So what does it mean to fast? Is it only food or is it water too? And for how long do you have to do it? So we fast from
Sunrise to sunset. We fast from sunrise to sunset.
yeah, and we don't drink water or food.
And the people who can abstain from fasting are people who are pregnant, or little kids, or people who are on their girls who are on their cycle.
Mm-hmm.
What is one thing you wish people knew about Ramadan?
It's not hard. It's not as hard as people make it out to be. Once you get used to it, it's not that bad. It's not like we're starving ourselves, because we get to eat at the end of the day.
So what is Eid?
Eid is when we celebrate the month the Ramadan that we fasted on Eid. On the day we celebrate for the ones who fasted.
What is the significance of Ramadan and Eid for Muslims?
Like I said earlier, it's to get closer to God.
And to feel how people who don't have it feel.
Yes, to realize how great, to realize how lucky we are to have what we have, and to be grateful for the food that we're given.
Even if you forget, sometimes this is practically a restart. So what is your favorite part about Eid? I think for me it's the presents.
For me, it would be like you buy new clothes and you celebrate with family, and that's my favorite part.
Well, for me, I don't really celebrate it as like very many other Muslims celebrate it, because my mom's a Christian and I live with her, and I don't live with my dad, which is a Muslim. So it's basically just me and my siblings eating together and maybe playing board games, but that's pretty much it.
Would you say that the celebration part of Eid is kind of similar to Christians celebrating Christmas? Like it's that big of a deal, or no?
Yeah.
Some people might not make it that big, but some families make it big. Well,
It's all up to how you want to celebrate it.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So what is one thing you wish people knew about Islam in general?
about our scarf, some people think we're forced to wear it, and we're not. It's your choice to wear it or not. And some people choose not to wear it for their personal reasons.
Yeah, and also what I wanted to add something onto that. I don't like how people see it as like a symbol of like oppression, because like if anything, like it could be like liberating for someone. Like it could be giving them power to like show to the world what they want to show of their body. And it like, even though like I was just kind of putting my hijab on for like the month of Ramadan, it's made me a little bit more comfortable, because like I don't know, just comfortable in my own skin because I get to cover myself up. I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I agree that like you can choose to wear it and you can choose not to wear it. Me personally, I choose not to, just because like I just choose not to.
What matters mostly is you have to pray 5 times a day and pray to God.
Well, thank you so much for interviewing with us today. This is really nice. Yeah, thanks.
8th graders, listen up. If you identify as a student of color or LGBTQ plus queer community, or consider yourself a white ally for racial justice, then you should sign up to attend the Stay Woke conference. Usually, this conference is reserved for high school students, but this year, Stay Woke is opening the conference up to 8th grade too. So if you want to explore more about identity, diversity, justice, and action, then see Ms. White in the library or email her at cwhite@osd.widenet.edu. Registration deadline is this Friday and the Stay Woke conference is next week. You may miss some classes, so parent permission is required. So see Ms. White to learn more about the Stay Woke conference.
Welcome to This Week in History. On May 10th, Monday, 1869, in the United States, the first coast-to-coast railroad is completed. The Central Pacific and Union Pacific Railroad systems were joined at the Promontory Summit in Utah using a golden spike. The last spike is now housed in the Cantor Arts Museum at Stanford University. Also on May 10th, Monday, 1994, Nelson Mandela becomes South Africa's first black president. Mandela's inauguration came after more than 300 years of white rule. Before becoming president, he was a pivotal figure in the fight against the racist apartheid and was incarcerated for 27 years. On May 11th, Tuesday, 1981, Bob Marley, the soul and international face of reggae music, died of cancer in a Miami, Florida hospital. He was 36 years old. On May 12th, today, 1941, the world's first programmable fully automatic computer was presented. The Z3 was designed by a German inventor, Konrad Zuse. The original machine was destroyed in an air raid. A replica can be seen at the Deschutes Museum in Munich. Thank you for watching This Week in History.
I had the pleasure of interviewing Miss Bratton, one of our DLC teachers here at Thurgood Marshall.
Hello, Miss B. How long have you been teaching at Marshall?
Hi Tess, I have been teaching at Marshall. This is my second year. So I've been a teacher for 3 years, but this is my second one here at Marshall and I absolutely love it. We have the best students and staff here. Definitely has a family feel.
What do you like to do when you're not teaching?
When I am not teaching, I like to spend my time outdoors. So I love hiking. I love going swimming in the summer. I like to spend time doing some yard work, spend time with my puppy and my fiance. And I used to play softball when I was growing up. So now that I'm older, I've been playing some slow pitch. So just getting outside, staying active. That's what I like to do.
Did you want to be a teacher when you were a kid?
Yes and no. Like, I always loved the idea of being a teacher, and I kind of juggled the idea of being a veterinarian or a nurse. And I actually started going to college. My first 2 years, I was becoming a nurse. And then about halfway through the program, I was like, this isn't for me. And I started my teaching program, and I knew I was exactly where I needed to be.
What did you do before you went to teaching?
So before I went into teaching, I was in college, and when I was over at Central Washington University, go Cats, woo! I worked at the daycare that was on campus for like staff and students that had children. So I worked at the daycare, and I also worked with adults with autism. So I took them out in the community, and we practiced life skills and got to spend time together. So it was super cool.
That's awesome, yeah. Who knows you best here at Marshall?
Definitely our entire DLC team. So Mr. King and all of our wonderful paras, we spend a lot of time together planning and getting to know each other, and it's been a super fun year getting to share stories about our families and working together in the classroom.
If you can join a current or past music room, who would you join?
Oh, this was definitely an easy question. It would be Spice Girls for sure. I've always wanted to be a Spice Girl, and if I could go back and live in that time, you'd see me out there dancing. Oh, yeah.
Is there anything you wish you could come back in fashion?
Oh, one of the things that I wish, I think it's kind of making its way back, but I'm not sure. I can't rock them, but overalls. I love like the cute like little denim overalls, and I think they're starting to make their way back, but we'll see. Another thing would also be, I was a 90s baby, so the blow up like plastic seats, they were like all different colors, and they were like clear, see-through, and they were just these big, not comfortable, but they were super cool. So I think I'd want to bring those back also.
Nice. What was the last book you read?
The last book I read was Get Out of Your Own Way by Dave Hollis, and it's just a lot about self-growth. And I feel like this past year, like with COVID and just a lot of struggles that people have been facing, I just wanted something that could kind of take a break from reality and just kind of focus on kind of myself. So I read that one about some self-growth.
Nice.
Yeah.
What's the farthest you ever been from home?
Oh, I'm so lame. I have yet to be out of the country, but that is on my bucket list to get out of the country and see some new places. But the farthest I have been is actually Wisconsin. So I have a lot of family over there. So I've done a few road trips, and I've also flown to Wisconsin. So yeah, nowhere too crazy far, but.
What's the most heartwarming thing you've ever seen?
Oh gosh, that's a great one. I feel like being a teacher, you get to see a lot of heartwarming things every day in the hallways, in the classrooms, when students are helping each other out, if a student needs help, or if they see a friend is having a hard time and they cheer them on. Like, that's always super heartwarming to me. But also just in our world, I think that, as we all know, this past year has just been really challenging for a lot of people, and through all those negatives and those hardships, there are so many people and groups that are coming together and helping others, and just taking part in things in the community, like helping feed others that might need help, or helping our frontline workers, those kinds of things. I just love seeing other people do acts of kindness, and it really gives me hope for our future, and for all of us to come together through the challenging times that we're facing and have faced. So, yeah.
Thank you so much for doing this interview. I learned so much.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Tess. This was super fun.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Violet, and I'm a proud member of the LGBTQIAP+ community. Looking for a way to share your pride? Well, this year in our Marshall yearbook, we have a section on pride. So, this is an opportunity to share what pride means to you, whether you do it anonymously or with your name, whether you do it through art, writing, poetry, photography, or anything you can think of. Visit the yearbook section of our Marshall homepage, contact Ms. Whitereye at the emails below, or check your inbox for the email on our pride section. Bye!
We will begin our session 3 of intramural sports starting on May 17th. This will run through June 1st. We have girls volleyball and boys and girls ultimate frisbee and disc golf. Transportation is provided each day. To register, please visit the TMMS website.
We are also offering after-school clubs. Session C is May 17th, 18th, and 20th. There will be painting/drawing, tea ceremonies around the world.
We interrupt this broadcast to share an exciting new update about the tea ceremonies. Thurgood Marshall Middle School is teaming up with Encore Teas and Chocolates, Radiance Herbs and Massage, and Shenzhen Tea, plus a mystery guest from China next week. Spots are limited, so make sure you register online for Session C of After School Clubs. You may continue.
Lego Mania, Gundam Build Fighters, and an open space with homework club. Sign up through our TMMS website.
Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Mustang Message, and remember to always be compassionate and kind. It's great to be a Mustang here at Thurgood Marshall Middle School, where everyone belongs, everyone learns, and everyone grows.